Today on the Transplant Helper, we're going to be discussing again probably what might be a tired subject to you, but I think it is so important we have to keep coming back to it, and that is medication management. And particularly today, talking about the importance of keeping your medications with you all the time so they're available, as well as doing that in the right way. So stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome to Transplant Helper today. My name is Jim Merle, and yes, we're back on the subject again of medication management. I'm not trying to ride an old horse to death, but that's where we are. And today we're going to be talking about the way you store, keep, and even travel with your medications. Because if you're like I am, you need those medications with you and at your side for the potential that something arises and you need quick access. But at the same time, you have to do things right so that you can keep up with them, as well as really just to do what's right altogether. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Now, in my estimation, and there could be a couple of others you could mention if you'd like to beneath the video, but in my estimation, there are basically three different ways in which someone can transport or keep up with their medication. And in one sense, they can certainly keep them in the original bottles. That is the original prescription bottles with your name on it, your prescription number, your medications inside. They can certainly do that. In the second place, a lot of you, probably the majority of you, keep up with your medications in a pill box. And that pill box, of course, will be much bigger than this as a transplant patient, but just for example, and easy to hold, you can keep your medications in a pill box. And of course, that can be very handy as far as you can set down 1, 2, 3, however many days a week or month you'd like. Lay out all those medications, get them together, get them ready. And then, of course, it's quick and easy to grab and go if that's what you need. In the third place, and I've got to reach for this, I dropped it. But in the third place, some of us actually dole out, as I say, our medications, say in a little Ziploc bag. Now, maybe it's a little Ziploc about normal size, such as a snack bag, or the more specific medication bags that you can purchase that are made for that purpose. And we have those medications on us. They're convenient, as well as they're easy to travel, maybe even drop it in a pocket or in a purse. And I know that's the three main ways of transporting your meds: in the bottles, in the boxes, and in the bags. That's typically what we see. But what are the issues with each, if there are any, and how should we deal with our medications ourselves? Again, we're trying to do things in the easiest, most convenient manner for ourselves and to be accurate on time, every time with our medications, taking them in the right way. Well, when it concerns the bottle, obviously that's going to be the most bulky way of doing that. That happens to be how I do mine, and I do mine in a bottle because I like that constant reminder every time I look at the bottle of what's in the bottle, what the prescription is, how many milligrams I'm taking, just that learning process that never ends by doing that. And in addition to that, by having them in the bottle, like this bottle I've got right here, I can easily see, I don't know if you can see, that I'm very, very low on that medication. So every time I reach for that medication, whether it's morning, noon dose, midday dose, whatever, I'm reminded 3 times a day as much that I'm almost out. And so maybe I notice in the morning that I'm out of medication or running low, but the pharmacy's not open yet. So I say, well, I'll call later. I might forget if it were in a pill box or a bag already distributed out, but I won't forget if I'm constantly grabbing the bottle. So I think that's an advantage. Disadvantage, the size, carrying all that with you. The advantage, one of those, is that you constantly are reminded of what it is that you have. And so that's just some things there. Now, as it comes with a box, that's almost the back opposite. Now you've got tremendous convenience, but if you're a person, and many of you do weekly sit downs to put your medications together, some do bi-weekly, some do monthly. But if you sit down and put your medications together on a large scale basis, there's the potential out there, and I know you're all very, very cautious, but there's the potential out there that when you load these medicine boxes, pill boxes, that you might accidentally put a wrong pill in a slot. And especially if you're loading them like common sense would, or like I do, you might grab your Prograf, for example, and you might have your pill box open all the way across the table, and you might drop your Prograf dose, 1 or 2 of those, whatever it is, drop 1 in each slot, and then go to the next medication. Well, the problem is if you grab something that's not Prograf, thinking it was, you drop that maybe for a week's supply. Then for a week, if you're not going back to the bottle, you might be popping a pill, just grabbing a wad, dumping them in like we all do, and not realizing you're taking something other than Prograf. And I've seen that go really, really bad. So be cautious. Can you use a pill box? Yeah, most of you do successfully, but be cautious about that. And of course, the last one here, the bag, extremely convenient as far as tuck away in your pocket or purse. But you kind of got the same situation. You got to dose those out, deal those out. And especially if you're doing it on more than, hey, I'm just going to take one extra pack of medicine with me on the go, you got that issue. Now, here's an issue that we really have to consider. And I'm going to be very, very technical with this. And I'm being honest. I'll use the word technical several times because I know I'm kind of being technical and legalistic in this, but I'm trying to make sure you know the standards. And that is that legally speaking, it is illegal to carry your medications outside of their original prescription bottles with your name on it. It is illegal to take your medications and to transport them, say in a car, a bus, a train, a plane, whatever, be away from your home and have those outside of the original medication bottles. You say, what in the world? Well, sadly, because so many in our day and time are abusing drugs, especially, painkillers, that sort of things, opiates, all these different types of drugs, the oxycodones, the tramadols, and I don't even know all of that. But because so many are abusing that, you're not allowed to take your medication out of the bottle and travel with it. So say you're in a car, heaven forbid something come up, there's a minor fender bender accident, you run a red light, a stop sign, I don't know what the charge might be, but they pull you over and they find a container that is not a prescription bottle full of pills, then they've got probable cause then, or could have probable cause to, search your medications and even to temporarily until you get to court, maybe try to charge you with that because it is illegal to have it outside of the prescription bottle. In addition to that, and we'll come back to something else, it's also illegal to possess even a prescription bottle with medication in it that does not have your name on it. So if John Doe is out and about and he has Jane Doe's medicine, even though Jane Doe might be his wife or daughter, he has her medicine in his possession, he could run into a problem legally. And again, that comes because of so much of the abuse of drugs, people stealing and purchasing prescription medications from someone else and then, turning around trying to use those. That can be a problem. So be very, very cautious when you travel. Would I tell you straight up and be honest about it that I've never walked out of the house with a Ziploc bag or with a small pill box that was unmarked? Yeah, I've done it. You've done it. Most of us have. But legally, they're supposed to be in these prescription bottles. So for the most part, especially if I'm going to be gone for a day or two, I just grab my medicine bag, stacked with medicine, carry it with me. It's better to be safe in that case, maybe, than eventually sorry. But that's, that's the world we live in. So covering everything again, you got to make your personal choice, whether you do the bottle, the box, or the bag. And then you've got to make a personal choice as to whether or not, how you're going, I should say, to transport those medications when you're away from home. Because you want to be legal, you want to be right. And in this immoral, downright bad world sometimes, you and I, the good guy, could actually get ourselves in a bind. I hope this has helped you out in some way. If it has, how about go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, like this video. Consider subscribing beneath the video and maybe even hit that bell notification that's off beside that subscription button. That would be great, as I try to provide you with content 2 to 3 days a week even that will hopefully advocate, educate, and motivate you as a transplant patient. Now, in addition to that, how about comment below this video? Tell me how you do your medications. This is not about busting on anybody, but do you do the bottles, the bags, the boxes? How do you do that? And if so, how do you travel with those things? I'm just giving you the extra cautious technicality that actually it's only legal to carry them around in the prescription bottle with your name on it. I appreciate you joining me today. Until next time, as always, stay stronger, friends.